evidences. So by means of these photos, we will share our experience in the same way. Okay, so first I'll be talking about GHS's background. So here you can see in the school majorly everyone uses teaching learning aids. Okay, so every classroom is in the way that they are using group activities. The children is actively engaging in classroom activities, and everyone is kind of using the positive reinforcement methods. So here you can see certain teaching learning aids, and as Deepika already mentioned that the school usually uses a stick while for teaching, right? So here you can see the student is actually playing with that stick, and the children there is very active. So that was the major finding, and that is the pre-primary section of the school. It is in a whole different compound with the higher secondary compound, right? So my overall experience in GHS Sparkle is that the school reflects a great sense of inclusivity, because there was a teacher who was visually impaired, and he was teaching effectively to the students, and also we can see a differently abled child who was assisted with the camera facilities in a classroom. So the school basically reflects the highest sense of inclusivity, and the children they were very active. The only thing which I found in a negative sense is that the library could be used more in a useful manner, like the utility of the library as well as the resources should be organized in a good manner. So here I have already mentioned this is the midday meal program which was conducted in GHS Sparkle. So here everyone getting their food, and the second one is the PTZ dome camera, so which is an inclusive classroom, like where the students are actively engaged and having the equal participation in the classroom. And my overall experience in GHS Sparkle is that I like the vibe in the school. Like everyone is so friendly there, even the small kids. As I was a non-Malu, like they were so much engaged with me. Like I felt that they were coming to me and asking every single details of mine, including the state and the distance. So I felt very good, and they were asking my phone model everything. So I felt like very good, and it was like a very good experience in the GHS Sparkle. And the way lacking is like the playground and the library section, they should maintain little bit more, like so that the students can someone is like ready to study, so that they can go and study and practice. So here you can see a picture. This is a class. This was a mathematics classroom, but the teacher teaching the concept of fraction using a thread and beads. So while using this activity-based model, the students was more engaged in the learning process. They were so much energetically saying the answers and engaging in the learning process. And here you can see the child
student. Like everyone was trying their best to talk in English that I like love, and I felt sorry for my state because most of the people there, like students there, they don't know Abhijodis or varieties. That's why I felt a little bit like that, but understood like at their level, I might be not heard of Kerala, maybe, but that second or third standard. And that's Somna earlier said that there are in their lab there are so much things, but they are not like attending it properly, like that's called and like just be like it is lying down there and no one is like caring for them. And in that lab period also sometimes they are math teachers like coming and teaching. So like that is happening. I guess it's fine for their level. And the drawback is that their playground is really like small, and there are like lots of students, small students, and for that small students, there's no particular carrying was not there. Like because of that, there are the new buildings being made. That's why.
So, saying about Jesus Sparkle, so I want to share my personal experience. Like the first English medium class was started at 2015 in Jesus Sparkle, and our batch means we were the first batch students in that English medium class. So, and from 5th standard to 12th standard, I studied there. So, when I got the like after 3 years, I got some nostalgic memories and all. And also, and my at the 8, 9, 10, I was a member of Red Cross, and from high secondary also I am a member of NSS. And one thing is that from UKG also I studied in Pakistan, and the teacher who taught me, the teacher was the UKG teacher now also. So I talked with the teacher and the helping staff also, and so I got what great memories for that. And I as a student I studied there, and now I got a chance to observe as a future teacher. So it's a great experience for me, and
So I would like to thank Nagma for this like great opportunity that they invited us to her home and test us, and their grandmother and mother and aunts are very friendly. And her aunt was also like very mama and dad and grandmother, like they are all like very friendly, and I love her grandmother. She was doing again and again giving me things, and I couldn't complete all this, and I love her. Lot of selling
played a game like use game of a science concept, and by doing that concept, by doing that quiz, we were very much about to know that they are very collaboratively listen, as they were very cooperative with us to doing the quizzes and finding answers, and they were competing in a healthy way, and likewise they were very energetic and enthusiastic students were there in the center. And after that quiz, we gave a prize also, like we distributed chocolates to students also, and the winning prize we gave all of them and distributed, and that was a very nice experience. And the teachers were there also very contributing with us to providing quizzes and game sections with them, and that was a very memorable and happy, joyful memory was there. So now I welcome Anika.
information whatever we want. They were very helpful with us, and as said earlier, this was the observation. This was the earlier this was the Hittites club. They were conducting an activities there, and this was a class given by the students for their parents. And so from this we can understand that they involved in the community and the parents, and also collaborate in the process of school administration. Then come to say that in Satanzar we interact with the student from 9th class. In that we in that game we were given a game to students in a science. They will be giving a science term to students, and they will be playing that as a group. So at last we distributed chocolates for them, and it was very enjoyable and a memorable memory for me.
So as we've already mentioned, the main aspects of Chattanjal High Secondary School was like we got an opportunity to interact with the students, and it was quite memorable because it was planned just in a while before we entered. Like it was so spontaneous. We couldn't plan anything. It was like just before that sir told us like we have to interact with the students, and it was planned on the spot. So we also felt like it was very difficult to manage a class 9th grade students. We six were there, but we couldn't really manage the discipline aspects of it. But somehow we coped up with that, and also like while we asked them to split them into different groups, the names they provided for their groups were very interesting. It was like Gen Alpha terms, kind of like Skibidi, some new terms were there, so that makes us aware like we have to keep ourselves updated with our setting. And also like in Chattanjal, everything was based on the practical aspects. Like the staff room in itself was so long that we could actually bend it inside and see every teacher's there. So it was easier for us to collect the data. But once we talked about the practical aspects, one of the sir even gave us the aspects like to grade the students' marks. We had to consolidate their marks and give it to him. So it was like all practical aspects that we had in Satanzal, and even we planned it very spontaneously, and somehow we managed. And also we found that it was very difficult to manage a class 9th grade students. And this school mainly reflects in its ability for active participation. As I've already mentioned, this school mainly emphasized in its ability for student side participation. So this overall experience was really good for me.
So
Let's make it short, I don't have space there.
So at like from the all preschools, I enjoyed the most in the like Chattanjal school because of the Shiva Prasad sir. Thanks to again Normal, because that Shiva Prasad sir is like Normal's tuition sir from past. So he is like he introduced to us, and he like for the interaction part of the student only because of that sir only, because he like sacrificed his class for us and taken us to the class and introduced to the children, and for that we can we play that game, and so like everything like whatever you will do, like you will get something get as a result. So we gave some chocolates, and as a result we got some biryani by Shiva Prasad sir. So again thanks to Narma, and that this fact like I like this all the girls like were my good dance at that time, and they like so
For me, the experience in Chattanjal was we got this permission for Chattanjal by Shiva Prasad sir, and he was my social teacher. And firstly, he gave a work for us, like we want to write the roll number and a grade and how many students Chanchal is very good. Like as everyone mentioned, so I will mention the other things rather than this. So my experience in Chanchal is like there is one Chetan who is giving the tea, chai, and the food offerings were there. Beside the staff, and everyone got the tea and parampuri. As I don't like the parampuri, he gave me extra 2 chocolates. That is very good thing, and I saved it as memory. So it is a very good thing in Chetanchal. And as Shiva Prasad sir is very good, he offered biryani to us at the end, and it was a good experience. And we played one game in 9th class student. So from there we got the overall group memory, group picture as a memory. So that was a very good experience in Chetanchal. So again, JMV. So as we did not get the much chance to interact with the students, so we took this group photo as a memory in JMV. So as there is a chicken pox in that area, so the principal was so strict, and he doesn't allow, he did not allow us to interact with the students. But somehow the vice principal has allowed in the museum participate, there is a science fair, so he allowed us to go and check what is all. So we had great interaction with the students there, and the ideas of the students are very good. Every project or the science fair is very good. They had a very good innovative ideas in all the things. That's all.
So, in Jeremy, my experience, we worked together in the group. Where you can see we both were together for school observation. When we went to Jeremy, we didn't interact with the students that much because of the chickenpox. But we entered and we visited all the infrastructure over there in the Jeremy. We visited both the group, and it was very good because we were observing with our friends and with other team, and the joint experience was very
While we went for the maths club and maths lab kind of things. So here the teaching learning materials were properly arranged, and the main aspect was they had well structured kind of resources that was properly maintained and structured. And we also got an opportunity to interact with the maths teacher there, and he was very warm enough to welcome us for the upcoming maths exhibition also, but we couldn't go there as we had classes. So that was the maths exhibition. Now I welcome.
So my experience from JNB is that you can see here is a video of our group. We had an opportunity to participate in a science festival. At that time we went laboratory for each of the subject. And from my experience, JNB was more structured and have well developed infrastructure, and that is giving best educational facilities